Hello, welcome to this video on Blood Bowl 3. This one's about some useful websites that I'll just quickly go through now. Here we've got Nuffle XYZ, which shows the various seasons for the rank ladder, but also now some private leagues. So if you click into the rankings, for example, of Season 5, by default it shows the top 10 players. You can change that to show all. It takes a little while to load. You can sort of page down and see who's about, and you can also on the home page you can click on the Champions Cup and you can have a look at the various races, try and find a sort of weaker race that might be easier to qualify with. For example, if we click on Orc, it's one of the harder ones. You've got people right up there at the top. We go back to the rankings, you can click in to the top team and it will show you the team setup here, and some of their most recent matches with the dates. You can click on them and you can get a bit of additional information about that game, but currently you can't drill into the player and get more information about the player. Here we've got spike.bugeat.com, where here you can see the last games that have been played. If we search, for example, the top coach, who's Olivier Delac, you can click into them, and then you get to see how they've done in all of the previous main ladder seasons, some of the other leagues, their last 30 games as a quick glance, color coded. So red is the loss, green is a win, the blue is a draw. You can see their win rate over the last 30 games, their overall win rate, and then also their last 5 games. And if you scroll further down, it has sort of a breakdown of win rates versus the various races, but also how they've done against races. It's got some diagrams to sort of illustrate that information as well. And then further down again, it shows the win rates of rosters versus rosters. And you can also have a look at individual matchups with various coaches to look at overall records. You can see here when he spins into Andre, he's got 37.5% win rate, and a 0% win rate against Azik, and so on. Here we have bloodbowldave.com. This website gives you the ability to test different dice sequences and also to add in skills of certain players and also to add in multiple players. So for example, if we wanted to test the ability to do a dodge with a rush, and then I've got to open here a second time, so say versus a 2+ catch and 2+ rushes. And then we can see if we have 2 rerolls. You can see the sequence on the right is better at 58% versus 56%, and 87% versus 83%. However, if we were to add in the dodge skill, then you can see that actually the sequence on the left is better. If you have 0 rerolls, it's still better to do the sequence on the right if you have 1 reroll or more. Here we have lukey.com/BB pusher. This allows you to sort of just mess about with some rosters. You can just sort of add in a few players. You can sort of try things out like your 1 turns. It's got quite a lot of teams that aren't yet in Blood Bowl 3, but you'll see some of my other videos where I've used them to demo some of the 1 turns, and you can just sort of use it to play around to test your chain pushes. Here we've got the official website of Blood Bowl 3, bloodbowl-thegame.com. So it does have various news items on here that you can have a look around at, but what's worth noting here is the on the help page takes you through to bloodbowl3.zendesk.com, and here you can actually submit a request which can include issues if players are time BMing you, for example. Here we've got fumble.com. So obviously in this website you can actually play games of Blood Bowl, but I thought I'd mention this also because the help page has a team rosters and advice. So it shows like a grid of all of the teams currently that you can play on Fumble. This includes the 17 teams currently in Blood Bowl 3, but also has the extra teams like, for example, the Goblin and the Halfling, which are not yet in Blood Bowl 3, but might be coming soon. And you can click into the team rosters. So for example, if we click on Gnome, it will show you the positionals, the stats for them, what is the sort of the primary and what is the secondary skills, how much the players cost, and so on. So, I find it useful just to have a quick look at the various squads and what you could do and what you may be facing if you've been into one of them.